Say something different, didn't you? Alliance looked so good yesterday. It's almost like a storybook that we wrote. I interviewed Hockey, we talked to him, had a conversation. He said, look, I'm not losing any confidence at all, Fall. Yeah, we haven't had the best group stages, but look what's happened to us. We've been contested, and we're just not playing our game entirely, but we know what we have. We know what we're capable of. And then he went on to put on an insane performance, placing top 3 in a very stacked group lobby. And that man, on your screen right there, it's Yuki. What a show that Yuki put on for his hometown crowd here. The British boy, he knows. He's soaking it all in. This man's not afraid of the camera. Let's take a look here at these highlight plays from Yuki. Randy, walk me through it.
I love this moment here with the wingman as well. He's obviously got himself one of the best 1v1 positions because you don't have any ADS slow, so he gets to move just as fast and hit just as hard with the wingman. But it wasn't just that moment, John. You were on the call for it when he went up against TSM Imperial Hal, and this was just a moment of brilliance.
Yeah, that's right. I had a chance to go back and watch this back yesterday. It was madness. There was so much going on screen that I even made a wrong call and a couple bad calls. Yuki, I thought was lost control of this fight, but little did I know he maintained control the whole time. Look how he plays this so smart, so brilliantly, plays the purple knockdown shield, does take a lot of damage here, so Hal didn't take any damage at this point. He's down 100 damage, uses that knockdown perfectly, and his ability to maintain control, get Hal back to 5 HP, and essentially at this point they're both hurt. Hal gets 2 punches in, and all of a sudden, we're neutralized, we're even. Both of them are low ammo, 6 bullets in his car. He needs to hit the shot. And he does. There it is, that shot from Yuki. I thought it'd be a second later there, but no, an insane play. The pop-off coming through. Not many people can take Hal, but since he's changed the controller, especially in a close-range 1v1, Yuki did.
Yeah, I mean, even in a replay, that is a stressful fight to rewatch. Phenomenal performance out of Yuki. And this is something we've talked about throughout the past couple days. Alliance is one of those teams that thrives under pressure. They struggled on the first day, struggled a little bit less on the second day, but when they had that added weight on their shoulders, they succeeded.
That's right.
You have some heavy-hitting teams with a lot of LAN experience, especially there. I mean, look, we're talking LAN experience. You got Alliance, you got Mande jumping in. The last time he was competing, it was with Scars, right? And then he took that competitive break, focused on the content creation. He said he would only sub in for one team, that team being with Hackis and Alliance. So wave into the crowd, show out Yuki as well. That clip went everywhere yesterday. I just kept watching it from all the different POVs, and I could only think, Yuki is him, like, fantastic.
It was such a crazy 1v1. The fact that they were both down to their last bullets just made it so special. I mean, the boxing match, the lovely Nessies there. We love to see that. Got a couple at home myself. They often make a little guest appearance on the ALGS streams down in Apex South. At this point, they are suffering. But will they get away with it? Really? Honestly, no. Well, they don't, because they run straight into Alliance, unfortunately, on the other side. So, look, Fun don't walk away with the kills necessarily, but they do push them to their doom.
And when I look at these maps, right, and I'm thinking, where is Ascend? Because Ascend, Kashera, has the best knowledge of the zones, but meanwhile, Alliance on that hard edge. Mande on your screen on the horizon. Let's jump into a listen and see kind of what their intentions are for their next rotation.
They got charge rifle too.
57 blue.
Yeah, just keep having awareness. Solid closing. I'm gonna go in this. Where? Yeah. I'm going a little bit closer. I am. If we spread out too much, we might get.
Their Valk is scared now. Trust, their Valk is scared.
Yeah, keep fucking bullying.
Engageable.
Keep looking north and west here, boys. I am. Nice.
Hold on.
He's not scared. Yeah, dropping it 2 cells.
Yeah, can't carry Hackis.
Careful, hard.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with Hackis here. Mande, you stay there?
Yeah, I'm looking.
It's really nice that Hackis is really trying to secure their 6. They want to make sure that no teams are coming from their back, but unfortunately not a lot of action. But it's kind of interesting when they're poking and prodding, trying to find the information on the surrounding teams. They're like, this is engageable, right? You are thinking about every fight and taking those approaches with intention.
Different variations in comps that have come through towards LAN. I feel like during Pro League, people tend to be a little bit more homogenous with that. They'll follow the leader a little bit more. But when it comes to LAN, it's kind of do or die.
All All right, Alliance missile swarms going out the black hole from Mande, and they're gonna able to get an opportunity to grab one member of Fun down. So now looking for another two, but it's gonna be Fnatic that grabs it down onto Sangjun. So now only one member that is going to be around, and Alliance able to grab their building back, still continuing on to that edge.
Yeah, so they don't need to continue pushing here, really. They've managed to find ground within the next zone. That's good enough for now.
Luminosity falling down.
Okay, well, there's still some action to happen over here at Countdown. You can see NRG finally taking an early L in one of these games. And Fun 1, 2, 3 here. They're right on top of Alliance. Are they going to drop down and get them? Well, they do get to reset just for now. North Eption, who were recently in the area, they're going to be the ones to fall first. And Alliance have just been soaking up all of this damage from the low ground. Somehow they've made it through. Do they even have the third up?
Look, here's the deal about Alliance, right? Typically what we saw in group stages, they were constantly contesting thermal station. They weren't even able to actually play their games, and now that they're able to do it, we can see just what they bring to the table. We already knew they were a good team.
Somehow found a corner to play, as still involved in this final fight as well. But Swinny, my word, what a play that was. Exit, gone, and maybe now the door is open for Alliance, the European powerhouse, to come in and clean up.
It's not so easy though. Smokes are down, and they get it. Alliance from top of the wheel. Get it done. Get on your chair. Mande popping off.
Some of the best Apex Legends you will ever see in game number 5. And the team who are on top of the pile are from right here in Europe. It's Alliance.
Alliance pushed themselves up into 5th. E6 pushed themselves up into 4th. Massive games for two of our EMEA teams. Play into the home crowd, popping off when they needed to. A game that was such a slow burner, but boy, was it a fast ending.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. And I love the fact we caught just an insane run from K Swinny as well for E6. Anyone who was in front of him just got annihilated. But speaking of annihilation, the final moments, Alliance, they come out on top. And I tell you what, they've got a little bit of a clutch factor about them, this Alliance team.
Such a power play to take on top of the wheel, by the way, especially that late on, because no one is going to have the time to look at you or even get the angle to look at you. And then it was just about biding your time and waiting for your moment.
Absolutely insane. Absolutely brilliant from pretty much every single team in our lobby to give us that game of Apex Legends. And the great news is, Dan, we've still got one more game to go, my friend. But before we get there and we take you back into the dropship, it's time to send it over to the desk to break it all down.
And as we take a look at the results,
Oh, baby.
8 kills. We actually have lots of top-heavy kills right now for all of our top squads. We were asking for better performance out of Luminosity. Now we get that as well. Exit jumping back, and then, I mean, E6.
Yeah, just a beautiful performance. And honestly, I'm surprised. I want to know how tall, how big Mandy's vert is, because he got up all the way onto that desk to celebrate with one leg.
And if they have a decent game here, the zone is going to give them an opportunity to. They can solidify their position. But this man on your screen, boy, did he enjoy that last game.
I mean, I thought he ended up on his chair, but he was on his desk. That man was able to jump from floor to desk. And already he knows that he's on the
Job's
camera.
not done yet, Mandy. Job's not done yet.
Well,
Focus
I mean,
up.
38 points, you'd imagine it should be enough, but I'm
Don't
sure
encourage him.
there were times, right, where in the elimination bracket earlier, teams thought after a victory it would have been enough, but it was not. So you do just have to make sure you go over the finish line, make sure match number 6 is good enough.
Mandy's playing Pathfinder.
I did just look at that, yeah.
Mandy's playing Pathfinder, everyone. Can we get some love here in London for Pathfinder? Pathfinder, right? Am I right? Thank you.
Top 10 at the moment, it's Ascend and Luminosity going through. Exo Clan, Dark Zero, they were the ones that were on that bubble that, of course, will not make it. And that means the likes of Alliance, maybe they can be the party poopers as well. It's Mande on the Pathfinder, and he swings away!
Smiles on the faces of everyone, but Exo Clan, unfortunately, the smiles wiped off their faces. They will be eliminated as well. NRG currently have 16 kills in this lobby, by the way. 16 kills, and Hackis, couple of sticks, little bit of a spray. SSG go down as Alliance to do it back-to-back here, Dan.
Well, I think the only team that would stop them in the moment would be NRG on their warpath. I thought it was going to be maybe one of the teams in the lower half that would have the pop-off game, but it's all the boys on top saying that, never mind. NRG wiped out Alliance, the team in the ascendancy.
Oh, Yuki. The wingman is hitting hard. NRG's fun is over, and maybe it is up to Alliance to go back-to-back here. Mande going for the stick through the smoke. The wingman, a little bit of a whiff, but it doesn't matter because his teammates are there to help out.
Well, both Fun and Moist are still alive. They're the teams that are trying to get into the top 10. Alliance are being pushed. Luminosity eliminated. Can Hackers fight it off? Can he stay alive? Hackers, how are you still living? Finally goes down. And it is Ascend who get the kills.
It is time for our series results. Let's set up who will make it to the grand finals, match point finals tomorrow to compete for top 20 and an opportunity at $1 million. And it is Fun 1, 2, 3 in 10th, Moist takes 9th, TSM in 8th, Space Station, Luminosity fall to the losers bracket or the lower bracket, Rain Day.
Exo Clan Dark Zero will have to fight for a chance to three-peat alongside some very good teams.